Hey there. I'm excited to share about one of my favorite parts of being human, which is what we can do with our breath. Our breath is one of the most powerful and empowering tools that we can harness as human beings. It's the doorway to expanded states of consciousness. It's a doorway to resilience, to optimal health, to nervous system regulation, to trauma healing. We can rewire our brain using our breath. And we can shift our perception of reality into states of creativity and joy and wisdom and higher intelligence that we're not really taught in our culture to use in our daily lives. But this is one of the most amazing parts of being a human being. And so your breath is part of your autonomic nervous system, which is the automatic part, the things that do themselves, like your heartbeat. And we don't have to really remind ourselves to breathe or for our heart to beat, right? But the cool thing about our breath is even though it can happen automatically for us, we can also intentionally modify it to alter our states of consciousness. And we can take ourselves from being in very dysregulated, agitated states of consciousness and to at least bring it down a lot, if not bring ourselves in total states of total calm and bliss, right? There are practices we can use every day to rewire, using neuroplasticity, rewire our brains to recover from trauma and to develop new habits and to access new possibilities that break past patterns that we felt locked into for a long time. This is very exciting. I'm going to start with some very basic concepts that are in ways I'm just going to say are oversimplifications. I tend to have a personality where I would just want to explain everything, but I'm going to challenge myself to keep it simple and just focus on concrete ways we can use the breath to navigate experiences that we want to create in our lives. So one of the first distinctions I want to make is between nose breathing and mouth breathing. So there are good ways you can apply mouth breathing on purpose. There's some breathing you're going to learn using mouth breathing that's pretty powerful. But as a general practice throughout your day, mouth breathing, especially if it's something like, and tell your body that you're not safe. Say you're in a conversation with someone you find stressful, and if you notice you're going, you're getting stressed. So if you just catch yourself mouth breathing unnecessarily and you're not doing it strategically on purpose, just come back to breathing through your nose. So that's tool number one. Try to nose breathe over mouth breathing. And when you're exercising, that's a really great tool as well. It's a really great thing to practice if you do yoga or Tai Chi or anything like that. Second thing is the long exhale. Here's something really interesting to know, that when we inhale, the diaphragm lowers, so many lung sacs expand, fill with air, and that creates more space in your chest cavity. The heart expands a little, and that signals the brain to actually make the heart speed up a little bit. So it's stimulating, enlivening, awakening, invigorating, right? And then when you exhale, the diaphragm moves up and that space becomes a little smaller, the heart becomes a little contracted, and then that signals the brain to slow the heart down. That's very calming. So inhale, invigorate, exhale, calm. Now, of course, we have to do both all the time, right? So one tool we can use when we really are a little activated and we need to calm down is to elongate the exhale. So you inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth or nose. Inhaling through the mouth is a little more agitating. Exhaling through the mouth can actually be soothing. So in your regular day-to-day breathing, it's optimal to oxygenate all your cells, taking a free and easy breath. So think of it just really subtle. Like the more subtle your breath can be, the more easy it can be, the better you can oxygenate. When we take really big mouth breaths, you think you're getting a lot of oxygen in, but actually because of the physiology of the breath, the way the body balances out, you're actually overloading yourself with carbon dioxide when you're, so you're not really oxygenating. It's this kind of sense that you're getting more air in. You are getting more air in, but in terms of oxygen delivery, this is really suboptimal and can eventually over time be stressful in the body. But as a general way of breathing throughout the day, it's better to breathe really nice and light and easy through your nose, or you're just like, so how light and easy can we make your breath? So let's close our eyes for a moment and just see. You can watch it, have your eyes open or closed, but just see how easy you can breathe through the nose. So breathe through the nose, let it flow gently into your belly. without over expanding in the chest, and then just exhaling through your nose again, or your mouth if you want. Let's maybe play with nose breathing for a little bit longer, inhaling and exhaling. Get nice and light and easy. And go ahead and open your eyes. So I guarantee you, if you were being pursued by a predator or being attacked or something like that, it's highly unlikely that you would breathe that way. So that just tells your brain, hey, I'm safe. Things are good. Like, I don't need to protect myself. So this is something you can do consciously, because sometimes what we have to protect ourselves from the thoughts in our head or unhealthy dynamics that we're co-creating with other people. So that easy breathing is really great for your daily breath. Now, in terms of really wanting to create new experiences or disrupt what we call limbic system loops, where we're agitated or we want to be creative or we just want to feel a little extra, we can do breath holds. So where we inhale, fill all the way up, expand. It's going to be a little invigorating, right? Because we're inhaling and holding. So inhaling into the belly too, not just the chest. Hold. And then exhale. And then just pause at the bottom of the exhale. Go ahead and close your eyes. Let's do this together. Inhale, hold. So we're going to inhale slowly through the nose. Retain the breath. Feel that belly filled up. And then slowly, maybe even slower than your inhale, exhale through the nose. And pause at the bottom of the exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. Retain the breath. And exhale. Pause. You can play with that. Maybe now just breathe however you want to. And just notice how you feel. All right. So when we inhale and invigorate, speed up our heart rate just a little bit, and exhale, calm, slow down our heart rate just a little bit, this increases something called heart rate variability. If you're a health enthusiast and you want to optimize, then you've probably heard about heart rate variability. If you haven't, I'll tell you really quick. It's super cool. It's basically a measure of the heart's ability to speed up and slow down and adapt, how adaptable your cardiovascular health is. And this ties to your respiratory health. It affects every cell in your body, your brain, your consciousness. So the better, the higher number, the better heart rate variability you have. That means you're more resilient, more adaptive. It slows the accelerated aging process. It's a really good thing. Heart rate variability is really good. So by playing with your breath, being able to expand your inhale, expand your exhale, play with different forms of breathing, playing with breath holds on the inhale and the exhale, that can increase your heart rate variability. It's also something called a hormetic stressor. So hormesis, I love it because it sounds like a Dr. Seuss character or something, but hormesis is a kind of stressor that's good for you, that makes you more resilient. So like sweating or exercising, things like that, not bad stressors like toxic relationships or poisoning yourself or something like that. So we're going to be learning some forms of breathing where you do breath holds on the inhale or the exhale, and that's a hormetic stressor. And those hormetic stressors actually improve the number and capacity of your mitochondria. So your mitochondria are like little energy cells, like little batteries in your cells, almost like solar panels, but in your cells that retain energy. We become damaged by life as we age or deteriorate due to stress of existing, which some lifestyles drive that faster than others. Then we start to lose the number of mitochondria, of these little battery cells, and also the capacity, the charge capacity. You know, when you have an older cell phone and it won't hold its charge for as long. Again, this isn't a perfect metaphor, but it helps you understand your mitochondria. So unlike your cell phone, there are things we can do with lifestyle change, including hormetic stressors through breath, that will actually start rebuilding that resilience so you can increase the number and capacity of your mitochondria, which is what gives you energy and vitality in your life. So that affects your immune system, your mental health, everything about your physical health, because your physical and mental health, of course, are not separate, right? These are some just really simple concepts, a basic primer around the breath. And then we're going to be playing with our breath in all these really different fun ways. And I hope you enjoy it. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.